this is gonna be part 4 of Grandia, unless I crash my emulator again. Which, you know, it happens. Like, weirdly, this emulator uses almost nothing of my CPU, but it still has to get KC with me. Like, I can't go this way. I must be missing something. That doesn't open either, so there's probably something. Oh, okay, maybe I can jump up here? Oh, fancy. Okay. It's been a long time since I've played this one. Ooh. Let's see. We're spying on some soldiers. One says, I hear the military train we're stationed on this time has really high horsepower. But that makes more work for us. The higher the technology, the more it has to be maintained. Sue says, do you hear something? How about it, Justin? Must be the military train, but keep it down, Sue. They'll hear us. Okay, cool. I mean, Lean basically told us that we should try to escape via that particular method. This person says, I did it. I finally made Kite Pilot. My dream came true. I'm glad I believed him when Colonel Mullen said that I had ability. He seems like a good guy if he's, you know, trying to get people to overcome their hardships and stuff. We can hear the humanoid, and Justin says that voice. Apparently Mullen is able to speak that language as well, which is kind of weird. He says, aw, it's useless, he's still so frightened. I don't like that they call it an it. Lean says, how did it go, Mullen? Did you find out the location of the humanoid village? He says, no, he's so scared his mind is shut, he wouldn't even say his own name, much less the location. Nama's group probably went too far, they always do, they're ruthless. I'll have to caution them. Lean says, Mullen, what do you intend to do with that humanoid child? Mullen says, well, Lean, is that what's weighing on your mind? She says, not really. Mullen says, don't worry, we won't rough him up. We have justice on our side. This operation is meaningful. Still, I think we should go with the plan we discussed earlier. Well then, don't dilly-dally, Lean. Yes, sir, she says. Okay. Sue says, how are you, Justin? Did you find the boy? I can't hear his voice anymore. Justin says, yep, I found him, and that guy was there too. The one we met at the Salt Ruins, called Mully or something. Sue says, the blonde guy? Dina says, that's the one. He said he would flatten Justin. Justin says, was I flattened though? It was a tough fight. But that guy, how can he talk to that boy? Who in the world is he? Dina says, we gotta save him, so let's go. Alright, let's get down from this mess. Maybe we jump down this chain? No, that's way too far away. Guess we gotta keep going through these vents. Vents game. Can we be done with this yet, or? Alright, cool. Sue says, look, Justin. If you push the right buttons, it might open the door. Fancy. Oh, there's more freaking vents over there, though. If you push those buttons, the door will open. Let me see. Yeah, let me see my guide so I can get this over with, because I'm done with those vents, dude. Let's see. Apparently, It's right, right, left, left, down, up, down, up. It opened. I was only twiddling mindlessly. Dina says, "Hey, our goal is to rescue that kid. Let's go." Cool. Sounds good to me. Filthy. I love to be a dirty cheater. In video games, anyway. I think we might have a boss fight coming up. Alright, good enough for me. Should be changing my save slots. Oh, they at least try to feed him. I don't know what he's saying, but Sue says, "We're gonna help you." Dina says, "How do we open this thing? There must be a switch." Is it this thing? It looks like a switch to me, but... Let's see, maybe this thing? Okay. Justin says, "Will this open the cage?" The kid seems happy, which is awesome. Don't bring the kids. It's not nice. I still don't know what he's saying. Dina says, "Nuts. He tried to give them to us before. Is he telling us to eat them?" "Maybe. They don't look poisoned. Here, Justin, you eat it." "Fool, what are you saying? Aren't we in this together? If we are to die, let's die together." Dina says, "Justin, you're so melodramatic. But just as you said, let's try it together. Let's do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Nom 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 nom. Wow. Oh, cool. We can now understand him. He says, "Are you alright? I'm sorry, guys. Was it that bad?" Justin says, "Was it that bad? Of course. What are you trying to feed us, you butthead?" The kid says, "I'm sorry, but I'm no butthead. My name is Rem." Dina says, "We can understand him now." Justin says, "It's true." The child says, "That nut," well, Rem actually, "that nut was a communique." I'm just gonna call it a communication nut. "It's part of the wisdom of the lost culture of my village." Sue says, "That's amazing. We'll have a lot to talk about." Justin says, "First, we have to escape." I agree. Anyways. I think there's only the way we came in, so... Shebang. So I have to go... Okay. Like, I don't want to deal with those freaking vents anymore. Anyway, Saki says, "How in the world did you get out of jail? And you even brought that humanoid? You saved me the trouble of finding you." Not. Okay, we're 12, I guess. "The humanoid child. You'll never get away alive," she says. Rip your butthole open, girl. I'm gonna fucking fist you sideways.
Come on!
Sorry, girl. I have to fuck you.
Oh, man.
Why did her JJ explode when we beat her up? That's pretty weird.
All right, big win for us.
Anyways, I don't think she's dead. We got the master key. Justin says we can open all the doors with this. Saki says I failed. I should have been more cautious. Damn Skippy. That door doesn't open though. Whatever. It's not like I'm trying to find items. I just want to get the truck out of here. What is this madness? Oh, they each get their own special locker, I guess, based on the color of their hair or whatever. What is this? A freaking fire pole? Or are they strippers? Alright, well, we don't need to be in that room, I guess. Pretty sure she said, it cannot be.
Big win, puppy!
Puppy. Says if Saki and Mia were here, just you wait. It's almost like they're alluding to the fact that I'll have to fight all three of them at some point. Justin says, we're in trouble, they found us. Sue says, what do we do? Fina says, let's look for a way out. Gotta find that train, I guess. Seems to be a straight path. Here comes Mrs. Green Hair. My, I thought it was noisy. And I see you trying to run for it. I'll change the plan and carry out the sentence right now. Okay? I don't know why that text is auto-advancing, but it just has pre-programmed timing, I guess, for some of the dialogue boxes. Which is fine. Snap, lady, right on the taint.
I must have miscalculated. Alright! Big win for us!
With my light on, it's not as easy to see, I guess. But when I look in the mirror, it looks pretty bad. Anyways. Well, save, I guess. Just in case my emulator wants to crash again. That's it, the military train that woman was talking about. Great, we'll steal it. Venus says, wonderful, can you drive it? Justin says, I've never done it, but we'll figure it out. Sue says, quickly, they're coming. Justin says, get out of my way, bro. Run me over. Stinking doors. Smash it. Mullen says, so the humanoid escaped. So far, so good. Lean says, yes, but... and trails off. Mullen says, what is it? Lean says, nothing at all. Mullen says, very well, have Nana and the others trail the boy. You'll come with me to trail from the air. Prepare the Grandeur to depart immediately. Lean says, yes, sir. It'll be ready in 15 minutes. Terrible frame rate. It's a cutscene on PS1. We expect Rem says it's called Loot Village. It's hidden in some very thick mist, so outsiders can't find us. I have to admit, I wasn't supposed to go outside, but I had to see what was going on out there. Justin says, Rem, I think that's because you're an adventurer by nature. Isn't that right, Fina? Fina says, sure, even more so than this guy. Justin, just kidding, never mind. Rem says, you guys should check out my village. I'm sure everyone there would be appreciative that you saved me. Justin says, Luca, maybe they could tell us more about the end of the world. Let's go, lead the way, Rem. Yes, what was that? Fina says, Justin says, what was that? I'm gonna go take a look. Probably getting attacked or something by them crazy McDouchebags. Justin says, oh no! It looks like new weapons? Are they chasing us? Says, look, they're after us. Some soldiers are catching up. Sue says, oh no, what'll we do? The soldier says, Becky, you're trying to escape, huh?
What a cinch!
The soldier says, oh, you got me. This one says, there's nowhere to hide, now behave yourself.
What a cinch!
Filthy beast, you got me. Kind of funny to call a child a filthy beast. This one says, found you, lightning starts long attack.
Pretty easy, right, puppy?
Yeah. Barkeeper's friend or something.
This soldier says, damn you, Sergeant Sucky's gonna have my and trails off. The next soldier says, look, the bloody road squad is at stake. We can't let you escape. How can I base Sergeant Nana after this defeat? This one says, Desert Moon Squad, this is it. Get ready.
Pretty easy.
The soldier in his defeat says, to think I just got assigned to Sergeant Mio's unit. Venus says, great, the soldiers haven't made it to the engine room yet. Sue says, but you can bet they'll be here soon. If we just stay here, we will get captured. Justin says, oh look, when they get here, we'll just start whacking them as they come. And if we need to, we can slam on the brakes. Justin says, okay, take this. Here come the brakes. Darn it, this is hard to move. Venus says, what are you doing with that brake lever? Sue says, we can't beat them just by using one lever, can we? Justin says, oh yeah, watch this. Here it goes before they get here. The female lieutenant says, hey, go faster, Slowpoke. We gotta catch up with them. Then we'll show them a thing or two. What? Is Mama trying to get ahead of us? I won't let her do it. Alright, all of you listen up. You'll each get 100 lashes if you fall behind Nana or Saki's squad. Alright, we're doing it. Our unit is first. I guess we've got the edge today. Wait a second, Saki. We've got other stuff to worry about. What do you mean, Mio? Your unit got behind ours. What? They're not here. Where the heck did they go? Don't just stand there. Go find them now. Justin says, ha, they fell for it. The female lieutenant says, there you are, Justin. You got me there back at the base, but you're not going to win this time. That's right. When the three of us work together, we've got triple the power. Now where's that animal? Where have you hidden it? We can't let it escape. Hey, we can handle that later, Nana. First, let's beat up this kid here. Okay, let's. I figure I can deliver a lightning speed kick or two. Justin says, what a coincidence. I figured I could do the same to you. Fina, Sue, release the link between the cars. Huh? What do you think you're doing? Think you can escape like that? You're just a bunch of stupid kids. Just have to put on the brakes and you'll come right up to us fools. That's right, the brakes. Hey, there's my brake lever. Justin says, that'll teach you to mess with me. I broke the brake lever. Not only that, I stoked up that firebox good and hot. Sue says, Justin, you're brilliant. The lieutenant says, Mio, quick, do something to stop this engine. She says it's no good, we'll all... The female lieutenant says, you idiot, how are we going to jump off when we're going this fast? Justin says, it's time to say ta-ta. All three of them say, Justin, just you wait. This cutscene has been the bane of my existence. It's frozen multiple times. Venus says, how refreshing. Did you see the expressions on their faces? Justin says, you can bet they're desperately trying to stop the train right about now. Sue says, that's hilarious. Justin says, by the way, Rem, how far is it from here to Luke Village? He says, it's not far at all. Let's go. What do you say?
I like what you are.
Sue says, just look at the mist. It looks like we're in a cloud made out of milk. Venus says, I can't see what's in front of me. What should we do, Justin? Should we wait till the mist clears? Justin says, I guess we could. We'll get lost if we keep going like this. Luke says, it's okay. We never get lost in the mist. Watch this. Justin says, awesome, you cleared away all the mist. Rem says, pretty cool, huh? I play this flute to let everyone in the village know that I've returned. Also, in Luke Village, there are odd nuts called mist-clearing nuts. I just used one. So let's go, my village is this way. Come on, hurry. Sue says, wait a minute. Venus says, he's gone. I guess he just couldn't wait to get back home. Justin says, okay, let's get going. We'll lose him if we don't hurry up.
What a
They don't order a lot.
Anyhow, Rem says, this is Luke Village. I already told everyone here about you. The village chief says he'd like to meet you and he wants to say thanks. I'll be waiting at my house, so go see the village chief and we'll meet up later. This person says, you guys came from the outside. I guess I can tell you. It ought to be okay to blab the chief's secret. Then again, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. Still, I sure would like to tell you. Justin says, what is it? Alright, but you gotta promise not to tell anyone. Our village chief is very proud of his tail, but the truth is, he dyes it. His tail is really all white, but the girls think white tails are ugly, so the village chief, he uses animal nuts to dye his tail darker every night. Pretty vain for his age. Ahead lies the road to the end of the world. The wall is shrouded in mist, so you can't do anything right now. That large gate leads to where the God of Light is enshrined. It leads to the sacred mountain. That's a weapons store. This is probably the village chief. This person says, "You're the ones that brought Rem back. You have my utmost gratitude. Thank you. First, you must talk to the village chief." This person says, "I'm the chief of Luke Village. I heard that you rescued Rem. On behalf of the village, I'd like to thank you. I must ask you to stay only a short while in the village. We're peace-loving people." Justin says, "What do you mean? You want us to leave?" The chief says, "I wouldn't go as far as to ask that, but this is hard to say." Justin cuts him off and says, "Hasn't this village been visited by others besides us? Do you tell everyone to leave?" The chief says, "That's not it either. It's just that to stay here, you must receive the blessing of the God of Light." Justin says, "So that's it. In that case, how can we get this blessing?" The chief says, "The God of Light who protects us lives at the top of a mountain behind this village. Go there and bring back the bottle of nectar that is in front of the statue. That is how outsiders can come to be regarded as members of the village. The truth is that I wish not to disturb the peace here, but you rescued Rem, so I have little choice." Alright, he's just saying the same thing, so I guess we're gonna go try to find Rem. This person says, "Even though you guys saved Rem, it gives me the creeps to see outsiders like you in our village. I mean, you're such weird-looking creatures. There's no tail, not even any horns." Venus says, "From our point of view, you're the ones who look strange." Sue says, "I must say, I'm a little envious of your tail and horns, though." "Even though you are Rem's rescuers, we ask that you refrain from coming here. This tree belongs at the God of Light shrine. I'm guarding that place. The God of Light is Luke's patron god who flies down from heaven to rescue us in times of need." Justin says, "Flies down from heaven, so I guess God has wings too, huh?" Luke says, "Since you're going further on your adventures, you should get some advice from the village chief." Really? I just talked to that dickhead who told me to go up some stupid mountain. Maybe I just have to go up the mountain.
pretty easy.
Shut up. Justin says, here's the nectar jar. Now the god of light will bless us. Our goal is the end of the world. It'll be hard for us if we get kicked out of Luke Village, so let's take it. Okay. The chief says you really brought back the nectar of the gods. I have no choice. You all must drink some of that nectar. Justin says, drink it. The chief says, once the nectar enters your mouth, the god of light will accept you as one of us. You could just put the jar to your lips without really drinking, it's the symbolism. Or you could simply be on your way, we wouldn't mind at all, you know? Justin says, let's just pretend to drink it. Like this? The chief says, yes, the god of light now regards you as one of us. However, please take my friendly advice and give up your plans, toss away those unreasonable ideas. Justin says, what's going on here? Unreasonable ideas? The chief says, I heard from Ram that you want to cross the end of the world. To do that, you have to get out of the misty forest, endless though it seems. Dina says, that's right. Doesn't the mist clearing not work for that? We would need something along those lines. The chief says, those nuts are very valuable. We only have a few in the village, so they can't be given away so easily. Take my friendly advice and do not attempt the crossing. Justin says, how stingy. Now all we're hearing is, please quit. Please don't do it. The chief says, young man with a rude mouth, we are not being stingy. The mist-clearing nuts are vitally important to us as residents of this forest. They are treasures that our ancestors received from the Icarians. Venus says, the Icarians? You mean, from the Angelo legend? Justin says, sir, do you mean that Angelo legends are told here in Luke? We'd like to hear them. The chief says, I suppose it couldn't hurt to tell them. It'll take a moment, though. According to an old tale from this village, in the distant past, the world was bathed in light. The Icarians were protected. They did not suffer old age or illness. It was a peaceful world. Then our ancestors stole the wings of the Icarians because they wanted to be Icarians as well. But this was not a natural thing for people who never had wings to begin with. When those wings were attached to the backs of our ancestors, they turned black and blocked the sun from the village. Plants died, animals as well. We almost lost our light of hope. What a horrible time it was. To keep the darkness from spreading, the Icarians built a huge wall around us to shut our world off from theirs. Justin says, that wall, that's the end of the world? The chief says yes. The wall meant that our ancestors were left with the world that remained on this side of the wall. The Icarians were nice enough to toss our ancestors some special nuts which can remove the darkness. Although the darkness was replaced by mist, we've since used these mist-clearing nuts to light our way in the forest. Without them, even us loop folk would not be able to go through the forest. Justin says, you got the nuts from the Icarians, now I want one even more. What happened to the world on the other side of the wall? The chief says the world on the other side is still happy and peaceful. They say when we die, our souls return to the other side, to the ancient land of happiness. Fina says, what a mysterious legend. The chief says, are you folks really serious about climbing that wall? Please take my advice and don't do it. No one has ever returned from there. Please rest, at least for today. You may stay at Rem's house. Rem's parents would like to thank you for rescuing their son. Sue says, I'm dead tired. How about you, Justin? Justin says, yeah, let's rest up today. Rem says, stay at my house today. Justin says, alright. Rem says, yay, I'm saved. Justin says, saved. Rem says, yeah, well, you see, if you don't come, my dad will punish me. If you're here with us, my dad will ignore what I did and won't punish me. Okay. This person says, did you finish talking with the village chief? It won't be easy traveling to the end of the world. After all you've done for Rem, the least we can do is offer you a meal and a place to stay. I say, eat and stay overnight. She says, good. You should eat to help get back your strength. I've fixed a nice big meal as a token of my gratitude for you rescuing Rem. Rem says, my mom's cooking is the best. Sue says, that village chief is so pessimistic, huh, Fina? Fina says, yeah, he certainly wasn't supportive of what we were doing, but he must think about his own position. He can't help bearing the final responsibility. We should be thankful that he let us stay in his village. Puffy says, puff, puff. Sue says, okay, Puffy, don't get so excited, it's alright, you can have some too. I understand why Puffy makes such a fuss. Rem's mother cooks up some delicious food. I just love this pie, it reminds me of Aunt Lily's cooking. Right, Justin? Fina says, we should be thankful that they let us stay in the village. Justin says, we're not equipped to cross through the forest though, what can we do? Puffy sneezes, and Sue says, what are you doing, Puffy? You know better than to sneeze with your mouth full. Fina says, Puffy's got a runny nose now. Maybe he caught a chill in that mist. Alright, she just says the same thing. Same for that. Fina says, the mist in the misty forest has made our clothing wet. I can't wait to take a hot bath. Sue says, I'll join you, Fina, but no peeking, Justin. Fina says, or maybe Justin would like to join us. Justin says, well, if... Fina cuts him off and says, just kidding. Boy, Justin, you just believe whatever people say. Meanwhile, elsewhere, a soldier is reporting in to Mullen and says, we've found them to the northwest. There's a humanoid village at bearing 10. The platoon trailing the humanoid child has also reported that the forest's mist is clearing. Lean says, all according to plan. Mullen says, don't forget that our objective is to obtain what we spoke of. We've just begun. Prepare to effect personnel drop. Yes, sir, with permission, sir, says the soldier, and he scampers off. Mullen says, Lieutenant Lean, you'll be in command. She says, yes, Colonel, we shall obtain the last piece without fail. Mullen says, it is you who will be able to feel its presence, so make sure you find it. Lean says, yes, sir. Sounds like there might be some tanks rolling into town. says, what is that sound? It sounds like a train. Justin says, it also seems to be getting louder. What the heck is it? Rem says, it's some huge black thing that floats across the sky. I saw soldiers like the ones who took me away. Lots of them came out of that thing and ran into the mountains. Justin and Venus say the Carlisle forces, but how did they find out where this village is? Venus says, I was wondering that myself. Anyway, let's go have a look. Oh no, Chief, some people are going to God of Light Mountain. They're going to steal the icon. What'll we do, Chief? That icon protects our village. If they steal it, our village is kaput. It's times like these when we need your wisdom the most, Chief. The Chief says, everyone calm down. We have no choice but to fight to protect the icon. However, we have been living all by ourselves here in Luke Village. We've never fought any battles before. So even if we do fight, this time our chances are high that we'll be killed. This is not an easy decision. Justin says, Chief, let us handle this. If they're Carlisle soldiers, we know we can drive them off. Venus says, wait a moment, Justin. Sue says, Justin, are you okay? Why did you have to volunteer us? Justin says, no one in the village knows how to fight, so the only other option is for us to handle it. Besides, aren't we Rem's friends? His home village is facing a crisis, so we must do what we can. Venus says, friends. You're right, we are Rem's friends. Sue says, let's chase those bad dudes away. The Chief says, what brave youngsters you are. You'll fight to save us? We must ask you to do what you can to protect our sacred icon. Justin says, leave it to us. Okay, gang, let's get moving. Alright. Not that way, I guess. Do I have to go straight back up that mountain I just went up? It's kind of... Say, I've been ordered to stop anyone from entering here, and I'll use force if necessary. Guess we're gonna beat up some more soldiers.
Pretty.
What a mess. Our glorious soldiers. The next set says, no one may pass through here. I'll stop anyone and everyone.
What a
What a fool. Why did I do it? What a mess, says the soldiers. What are the rest of them doing? Can't they stop these rats from passing through? Guess not.
thing.
Sergeant, go do your job quickly. Aren't you from Parm? What are you doing here? You don't look like you're willing to cooperate. Duh, we just fucked up a bunch of your friends.
Easy.
Huh?
Did you want to come with us?
Not right this moment. The soldiers say, now why would Parmians be allied with humanoids? My orders are to regard anyone who comes here as an enemy. Be prepared to fight. Okay.
What a
We must get the final piece. Sue says, "Look, Justin, the god of light." Justin says, "From the air, those creeps, they're hauling away the statue. We gotta stop them." Justin says, "Wait, give the statue back." Lean says, "Justin, what are you doing here?" Justin says, "You're the one who hit me back at the base." Lean says, "Justin, why did you come here? Is that Fina?" Fina says, "Sister, is that really you?" Lean says, "Fina." Justin and Sue say, "What?" Justin says, "Fina, you called her sister. Is this your sister, Fina?" Fina says, "Lean, it's you. Why are you doing this?" Lean says, "Fina, I wanted you to be the last person to know about this. The fact is, I'm a Garlisle soldier, Lieutenant Lean of the Mullen Division. At this time, the statue is being confiscated for a military operation." "Goodbye, Fina. Don't go near the forces again. I don't want you to get hurt." Fina says, "Lean, wait, why are you doing this?" Justin says, "Oh no, the god of light. I won't let you do it." And jumps over there. Justin says, "Give back the statue, Lean. It belongs to Luke Village." Lean says, "Why didn't you take Fina and run away? After all the risk I took in letting you escape from the frontline base." Justin says, "Stop complaining and give the statue back." Lean says, "I can't do that. I've got to take this statue. The honor of the Mullen Division is at stake. Get off of the Spirit Stone." Justin says, "Spirit Stone?" Lean says, "Don't make me force you off. I can't let you foul up our plans anymore." And draws her sword. Justin says, "Wait, why do you call it a Spirit Stone?" Justin says, "Yeah, what's that?" Lean says, "This light is," and trails off. Justin says, "Oh no." Lean says, "That light's from the Spirit Stone. Wow, so that's what happens." Mullen says, "I'm to understand that it is Justin who had the Spirit Stone?" Lean says, "There's no mistaking it. That light could not have come from the statue. It was from Justin. Please, Colonel, give me one more chance. This time I won't fail." Mullen says, "It's too late. The mist of the forest has begun to close again." Lean says, "Colonel, I could get in time." Mullen says, "That's an order, Lieutenant." Mullen says, You sacrifice yourself too much. Be more cautious." Lean says, "Yes, Colonel Mullen, I understand." Mullen says, "That boy, Justin, I'll get him myself." Okay. Justin says, "Ouch." Sue and Fina say, "Justin, are you okay? You made a loud noise when you fell." Justin says, "I'm fine, just a little sore. But I wonder, did I break the god of light?" Sue says, "Looks like most of it was taken away." Justin says, "I promised I would protect it. I'm afraid I've let down the village. Better gather up the pieces." Fina says, "I'll help you, Justin. We'll make a sincere apology to the chief." "Oh, you're here, safe and sound. What a relief." "I must apologize, Chief. I tried to retrieve the statue, but as you can see, it was broken. Not even half of it remains. The God of Light statue is a broken mess now." The chief says, "No, it's not. It's okay the way it is. No matter how it ended, the fact is that you fought for Luke Village. For that, you have our utmost thanks. As a thank you gift, please accept this." He gave us one of the mist clearing nuts. Justin says, "Are you sure we can have this?" "But Chief, you said that they're very valuable," says Fina, "and not to be given to outsiders." The chief says, for a long time we've hidden behind a wall of mist in this forest cut off from the rest of the world. However, by doing that, we've not had contact with great people like you. This has not been a wise policy. When I think about it, the mist has enshrouded both Luke Village and the hearts of our villagers. We must learn to turn our eyes outward to the outside world as you do. It may take a while for us to do it. By the time Rem and the other children become adults, I'm sure we will come to know and understand the outsiders. Rem says, I understand them even more. Justin and I already have made a friend-to-friend promise, right? Justin says, yes, we did. The chief says, that's good to hear. I want you and your friends to know you're always welcome here. Rem says, so you guys are gonna cross the misty forest to the end of the world? I'll miss you a lot. Justin says, Rem? Rem says, I want to be an adventurer when I grow up just like you guys. The chief is just saying the same thing, so... I guess we gotta run back down this mountain again. You guys found one?
No. I go for a list. But we're just, you
I'm a little lost, so bear with me a sec here while I get my bearings. Alright, so I need to go to the East Misty Forest, which... Justin says, here's where we give the mist clearing nut a try. Justin says it works. Sue says, way to go, Justin. Or, way to go, mist clearing nut. Justin says, there's no question about that, eh, Sue? Fina says, oh, you two, let's go. Alrighty. So apparently this place is gigantic. Alright, we are in Mist Forest 2, I guess now. Fina says, this looks like a safe place to camp. Alrighty. Fina continues, I still can't believe that we're on an adventure in the Misty Forest headed towards the end of the world. Now this is a real adventure. I've never felt this way on those silly Adventurer Society adventures. How far do you suppose we are from New Farm? I can't see the Loop Village lights. Sue says, even though the mist is cleared, I can't tell at all how far we've come. When we saw the end of the world from the mountain, it looked so close it seems like we'll never reach it. Justin says, we've come a long way. I'm sure it's just a little further, Sue. Can you do it? Justin says, your voice just sounded like your sister, the soldier. What's her name? Oh yeah, Lean. Fina says, I never thought we'd meet her like this. My sister was so kind to me. She said she was looking for the Spirit Stone. I wonder what that's all about. Sue says, hey, cheer up, Fina. I'm sure there's a good explanation. Justin says, you're right. After all, Lean isn't a bad person. The guy giving the orders is the bad one. Sue says, so the soldier who dropped the key was Lean. In that case, do you think she did it on purpose? Justin says, I hadn't thought of that. Now that you mention it, I'm not sure if it was on purpose or not. Sue says, I'm sure she did it on purpose. After all, she's Fina's sister. She couldn't possibly be a bad person. Fina was sitting there, and they're like, Fina? She says, sorry, I didn't mean to worry you. I guess I'm not acting like my usual self. Justin says, right, I like smiling Fina the best. Fina says, okay, Justin, I guess we'd better sleep. You both must be pretty tired. Good night, Justin and Sue. Good night, Lean, says Fina. Fina says a lake. Can we go no further? Sue says, look, Justin, there's a river flowing through the lake. Justin says, what's all this about? Weird. What the? This lake must be an illusion. love that their little monster icons look like their little sperms in the bottom right hand corner. Well, we don't have any Gyarados, but we should be fine. Alright, we are now in Misty Forest, number 3. I thought I was getting a little lost, so I'm glad that we see some form of progression. There's a save point very close by. Nina says, wait a second, Justin, look at that. Justin says, here at last, the end of the world. See, I told ya, we did get here. Vina says, okay, you told me so. Now the question is, how do we climb it? Sue says, yeah, look how high it is, I don't even see the top. Justin says, what do you mean? We came so far, enough with the doubts. We're determined, and anyway, nothing's impossible. Sue says, man, Justin, you sure are gung-ho all the time. Vina says, yeah, but he's right. Let's go at it full force. We'll make it somehow. I mean, we've hiked a long ways already. Alright, hopefully I have this working properly again. It's been giving me a lot of trouble. Alright, we're at part 2 of Land of the World. little rest. Sue says, this place is awesome. It sure is high. Look, birds are flying at our height. Justin says, no matter how high this wall is, it must have a top and we're gonna get there. Sue says, there he goes again. Somehow I don't think the world is as easy to explore as Justin says. Venus says, look how far you can see. Is that Luke Village? I still can't believe it. We're actually climbing the end of the world and look how far up we are. Justin says, you didn't believe me, Fina. Nobody believed me. Not Java, not Gans, no one. Venus says, you mean Java the Adventurer? Are you guys students of his? Justin says, I wouldn't call us students, but Fina, you know that old guy? Venus says everyone knows who Java is. Why, he discovered the Java plane. He's no longer an active adventurer. I hear he's retired. You sure know a lot of great people. Sue says, you shouldn't say he's retired, Fina. If Java heard that, he'd get mad. He'd say, you bet your boots I'm still active. Venus says, we have a big day ahead tomorrow. Let's do our best. Sue says, are you going to sleep already, Justin? The fun has just started. Let's talk a little longer. Justin says, the wall sure is high, but it must have a top, and we're gonna get there. Sue says the same thing she already said. Okay, I guess it's nighttime now. I was like, I'm pretty sure I exhausted all those options, but who knows?
What a...
Oh, it died again. Alright, we're on part 5 now. We're just cruising.
What a...
Sue says, let's camp here. Sue says, I'm tired of climbing this wall. Step by step, same view too. Justin says, what are you saying? Java told us about this, remember? Overcome the trial before you, and you make it that which you desire. That's how an adventure works. Venus says, I understand how Sue feels. We climb, and all we see is more wall. I'm starting to doubt there's a top. Well, I'm a top. Wink. Anyways, Justin says, now even Venus losing faith. We're adventurers. Go all the way and never give up. Venus says, you're right. We must never lose faith. Looks like I got another lesson from Justin. Sue says, no matter what you say, this is tiresome and boring. Fina says there are no mountains without peaks, so this wall must have a top up there somewhere. Doesn't look like they have anything else to say. Justin says, I feel like we're at least halfway up.
Fina says, let's camp here. Sue says, I'm going back. We climbed and climbed and haven't reached the top. Fina says, what's wrong, Justin? Are you tired? Justin says, it's really starting to seem like there's no end. Fina says, Justin, it's not like you to be so pessimistic. Justin says, it's just that we started climbing such a long time ago. When will we finally be over it? Fina says, good question, but... Justin says, anyway, who was it who first said we should climb this huge wall? Wanna just go back? We've had a heck of a climb to get this far. Fina says, Justin, have you forgotten? Adventurers never give up. That's what you told us. Or were you just making that stuff up? Justin says, I wasn't making it up. What I said is true, but... Fina says, I was thinking we never would have made it this far if I hadn't met you. I guess I had forgotten what fun adventuring is and what true adventures are all about. Thank you, Justin. Justin says, Fina, you're right. We're adventurers. Sue says, you betcha. If we pool our strength, I know we can get over this wall. Let's do it. Just you wait, Liette. We're gonna get to Alent for sure. Fina says, look, Justin, Sue, the night's full of beautiful stars. Sue says, yeah, awesome. Fina says, it's a little further to the top. Come on, everyone, we can do it. Justin says, the morning sun is shining. Until now, the wall was in the way, and we didn't get sunshine until afternoon. Fina says, you know what that means? Sue says, you're right, that must be it. Justin says, let's go see. Fina says, how about it? It's not really the end of the world. Look, the sun's rising. Sue says, awesome, it makes the world shine like gold, huh, Justin? Sue says, what's that? Justin says it's moving. Sue says, we reached the top, but how do we get down? Fina says, I don't see anything we can use to help us get down there. We can't just scale down the wall either. Whew. Justin says, hey, do you hear a strange sound? Fina says, Justin, look. Justin says, ah! Sue says, eek, what are you doing? Justin says, Sue, what are you doing to her? It drops her and Sue screams. Justin goes, Sue! Where did she go? I can't see her. Fina says, Justin. Ruh-roh. Fina continues, stop it, let go of me. Justin says, hey, let go. Hold it right there. I take back what I said earlier. Don't let go. Fina, what should we do? Fina says, you're asking me. Do something, Justin. Fina! Justin! As they fall. Guess there's some pillows on the other side. You'd still die, though. You'd reach terminal velocity and your bones would liquefy. Not really, but you still couldn't survive that fall most of the time. But hey, video game logic. It's Mr. Twice Slice. He makes everything nice. OMG. Justin, hold on, Justin. Oh my. Is she giving him a handy Joe? Justin says, oh. Fina says, Justin, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? Justin says, what do you mean, Fina? I'm fine. I slept like a baby. Fina says, Justin. Justin goes, yeah. What's the matter, Fina? What's going on? Fina says, what a relief. I was wondering what I'd do if you had died. Justin says, I remember we fell from the top of the end of the world. Are you okay, Fina? Fina says, sure, I'm fine. Still a little dizzy. Maybe. What saved us from getting hurt? I guess we lucked out and fell on this leaf. What do you think? Justin says, it's humongous, isn't it? Still, I wonder. Fina says, Justin, look over there. Yeah. There's been a couple of times where he's had his cap off. Justin says, it looks like we crossed the end of the world. Alright, what an amazing place. It looks like it's made for adventuring. Wait a sec, where's Sue? Fina says, I haven't seen her yet. We got separated. I'm sure she must be close by. Let's find her. Justin says, right, I'm sure we can find her. Let's go, Fina. Whee! I guess we are in Dragon Valley or something. I also remember hating this dungeon. crap everywhere. Alrighty. Hopefully that's the last time that happens, but I've having really bad luck with this thing today, so...
Pretty.
Can I, like, get anywhere? Okay, this place. This place is amazing. More like a maze.
That's it.
Let me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please just let me out. I shouldn't sing. It's not good. It's very, very bad. Look at these naughty boys. They basically shit out
Easy.
eggs that have their babies in them and then they throw them at you, which is really, like, weird. I don't like it. They should leave me alone. Oh my. Of course they put another one of these douchebags near me. They literally named it Flop Mold. That's gross.
Upsy.
They could call I mean, they could have named it like a lichen and actually have it be based off something in reality, but it's just Flop Mold. Okay. Alright, we have moved on to part 2 of this nightmare hell fuckfest. See if we can get out. Look at these douchebags. There's like a billion of them. Now we're fighting Nature's Tire for some reason.
Easy.
And of course, because it's Japanese, it has tentacles. Definitely wants to do some sexy time with your butthole. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh boy. I wish this game would do older things I've seen does, like if you
Pretty.
have that many mobs near each other, they just keep attacking you until they're all dead. That way you don't have to sit here and endure this experience point screen every 5 seconds. Justin says, what's this? Someone's shoes. Wait, these are Sue's. Sue's shoes required. Could be like a different show. Instead of Blue's Clues, it's Sue's shoes. Sue's shoes. Sue's shoes. Sue's shoes.
What?
Yeah, I'm singing again. I don't know why that's my theme today, but I hope your eardrums haven't been perforated by the atrocity that is my voice singing. Oh, look at this fucking dickhead. Kill them all. Destroy.
Easy.
I'm pretty sure we get somebody to join our party shortly. I think by the end of this dungeon, if memory serves, but I could be wrong. I don't think I've played this game in a while. The last time I played it was on my PS3 as PS1 Classic download. Or maybe it was my Vita, I'm not 100%. But I mean, I have a PS5 at this point, so it's probably been a couple minutes. The only reason I remember it is because I did the grind necessary to learn Fina's last skill, and it requires multiple of her elementals being like maxed out at level 99. Anyways, we hear puff, puff, puff. Justin says, "Is that Puffy?" Puff, puff, puff. Take it easy, Puffy. Where's Sue? Wait, calm down, Puffy. Wait, Justin, we're not getting anywhere this way. Let's have Puffy lead us over there. Justin says, "Okay, take us to her, Puffy." Puffy then puffs several more times. Puffy huffed, and he blew your house down. Puff, puff. Justin says, "Where's Sue?" Fina says, "Look over there, next to the cauldron." Justin says, "It's Sue's bag, but the cauldron." Justin, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Justin says, "Let's not be foolish. Calm down, Fina."
Hey, you pot your... What happened to what was inside?
I'm sorry.
Are you hungry? I'm afraid I ate it all. There's nothing left.
Fina! That
Cannibalism.
does it! Hey! Come on and fight! I'll take you on! I'll make you into stew!
Ha! You and I in a duel. Well, how about that? I'll be glad to take you on. I am Gadwin, Knight of Dight.
Naughty boy time.
Slice and carve!
Something tells me this is unwinnable.
Come, power of the universe! Ha! Dragon King Slice!
Oh!
Wow. 4 digits of pain. Justin says, "Ow." Fina and Sue say, "Justin." Justin says, "Sue? How'd I get here? He's not making stew out of us, is he?" This person says, "That stew is Gadwin's special dish. It's flying dragon stew." Justin says, "Who are you?" Sue says, "This is Dr. Alma. She rescued me after I passed out. She's very kind, just like my mother." Dr. Alma says, "I'm Dr. Alma. I have a clinic in Dite Village, up the road from here. I was surprised to hear a young man like you crossed swords with Gadwin, the greatest swordsman of Dite." Gadwin says, "Alma, you're insulting this young man. Even at his youthful age, he is a fine swordsman. His skill with the sword belies his age, even though I was using a mace to fight him, but whatever. It was a long and interesting sword fight. Don't you agree, Justin?" The doctor says, "Gadwin, you haven't changed a bit since we were kids. I guess that's just the way you are. I think Sue is fine, so I'll be returning to Dite. I'll leave the rest to you, Gadwin." Gadwin says, "What's the rush? Is it because of the rain?" She says, "Yes, that's one reason. Already some people have fallen ill. I may have to work all night tonight."
Justin says she's gone and I didn't even thank her. Fina says, well anyway, I say it's time to get some rest. Okay, everyone? Justin says, I'm sorry, Gadwin, I jumped to conclusions about you. Thanks for helping Sue. Sue says, when Justin misunderstands, he does it all the way. Justin says, I wasn't the only one. Fina fainted when she saw the cauldron. Her eyes rolled up like this. Fina says, come on, I didn't do that. Gadwin laughs and says, no big deal, everyone makes mistakes. Even so, we now know that the end of the wall, that the wall is not really the end of the world, but it sure is impressive, and boy was I surprised to find out that people are living on the other side. Gadwin says, I was surprised myself. I never dreamed that people would come from the other side of the wall. Sue says, after I passed out, Gadwin kindly carried me here to this place. Gadwin says, when I tried to carry her, this round one here tried to kick me away. Sue says, Puffy was just trying to protect me, right, Puffy? Gadwin says, so Justin, is it true that you three crossed that huge wall? Justin says, of course it's true. We came on an adventure looking for ruins of the Angelo civilization. Gadwin says, that's hard to believe, but we're comrades who have dueled together. Your eyes tell me it's the truth. I'll help in any way I can. Is there anything you want to ask? I say, tell me about this place. Gadwin says, this is the Valley of the Flying Dragon. It's the place closest to the end of the world, and it has the world's steepest mountains. It's a good place to sharpen your sword and your skills as a warrior. Fina says, that's right. From this side of the wall, this area must be seen as the end of the world as well. So it's like what the Misty Forest is to people on our side of the wall. Gadwin says, you can imagine how I felt when I found an unconscious young girl here. It surprised the heck out of me. Justin says, Gadwin, you've been such a big help to us, and especially Sue. We must somehow repay you. We'd like to help you in any way we can if you ever need our help. Gadwin says, okay, Justin, may I consider that a man-to-man promise? I just say, of course. That's the way it must be. I will not accept anything less. Good. Now that we've made a promise, I consider you my friend. I will take you to Dike tomorrow. You should rest today. Justin wonders what the village will be like. Apparently it's a black screen that never ends. Alright. It's a fish. Definitely time to make a hard save. Just in case this thing wants to crash on me again, because it loves doing that. These evil gold people. They nasty. I'm gonna have to slap them.
You're actually.
I'm just checking something really quick. It's okay. I think I'm gonna cut my stream when I get to this village and do some probably more intensive video editing this time because I've had a lot of crashes today, which sucks, but such is life, I guess.
What a
My.
what inch?
Pretty.
Oof, there's monsters everywhere in this place.
What?
Okay, there's another enemy sitting right on top of this enemy. Got like 4 of them in a row. Like, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just make the game random encounters. Like, you're not gonna give me a choice to get away from this nonsense. Some kind of annoying circular staircase plant. Oh my god. This is just here to piss me off. Yay, we got over it. Yeesh, Gadwin is level 30. He's just a shit brick house. If memory serves, he doesn't stay in our party very long.
Pretty easy, right?
What a
Of course, this place is still continuing, because why wouldn't it just be really long after we just did 2 long dungeons prior to this one?
Pretty.
Oh boy.
Pretty, right?
Ooh, we got a mana. We'll probably, I think, learn magic soon. Alright, here is the village. I'm gonna get past any cutscenes that might happen here. And then we're gonna have to do that video editing I was talking about. Gadwin says, "This is Dite Village. There's an inn over there. I thought I'd guide you through." Justin says, "What's wrong?" Gadwin says, "It's something I noticed earlier. Clouds from the north are blanketing the sky." Fina says, "The sky sure does look strange. Looks like a rainstorm is coming." Gadwin says, "Please excuse me, but I must talk with the elder. Why don't you have a look at the sights here at Dite Village?" Sue says he's gone. I guess he's in a hurry. It's strange, his concern about a rainstorm on the way, though.
Let's see. I took some medicine to Dr. Alma, but it's not nearly enough.
It's Just a bone.
Gonna have to make a 2 trips. But you know, everyone gets better with my medicine. Just warms my heart and fills my wallet. Don't you think it's wonderful?
Huh? I don't know. I guess.
Well, everyone is happy. Isn't that just wonderful?
Oh, wow! A talking rabbit! I can't believe my eyes! Fake! Can I touch you? Just a little?
Psst! What's with you guys? You keep calling me rabbit. Rabbit. From my point of view, you guys are from the other side of the wall. You're the stranger-looking ones.
Huh? How did you know that we came across the wall?
Who are you?
I'm Guido of Zilpadden, a traveling salesman traveling throughout the world.
Anyway, Gadwin says, you know that old saying that us Moge like to say? Justin says, I don't care much about old sayings, but I'd like you to tell us how you know so much about us. The rabbit says, they say everyone is born to play a part in life. Same goes for you, Justin. You even know my name? Hello, Manbelly. The rabbit continues, us Moge, we know everything. Justin, if you want to know a lot of answers, you gotta keep traveling. When you go traveling, you're gonna learn a lot of things about the world, the spirits, and yourself. So hey, I gotta go. Gotta get ready to leave, or else I gotta no time to stock on my goods. Wait a minute. Just tell me one thing, says Justin. Do you Moge folks know anything about a lens? For now, let me say this, says the rabbit. We know some things, but some things we know nothing about. Keep traveling, and we'll meet up again. Okie dokie. A question, eh? Interesting. Anyways, the rabbit just continues to repeat the same information. Will we be staying here tonight? I accidentally clicked yes. Not right this moment. Anyways. Justin says, what's the matter, Gadwin? You came back to the inn pretty late. Gadwin says, had a long talk with an elder. Things will be alright here as long as it doesn't rain. Venus says, did you look outside? It's raining right now. Gadwin says, what? Oh no. Justin says, Gadwin, tell me, what's going on? Gadwin says, indeed, it is raining. Oh no. Sue says, what's wrong with Gadwin? It's raining, so what? Venus says, I think it's something else. Whatever it is, it's not just a rainstorm. Let's go see. You know, don't you, Gadwin? We have lost the spirit's protection. The scene at Typhoon Tower, the earth soaked with poisonous rain. Dead rivers stained with ill fortune. Have you witnessed that scene? Yes, of course. I understand. Soon the poisonous rain will turn red and become the rain of death. To save Dite, we must climb the Typhoon Tower, as the legend says, and bring back the Spear of Heroes. The chief says, and so I say to you, take this hero's armband and save our village. Gavin says, I'm ready. I can't let all that training go to waste, but Elder, 2 heroes are needed to retrieve the Spear of Heroes. If I go by myself, how can I possibly pass the final test? The chief says, yes, but you are the only one here. There is no other hero. What should I do, says Gadwin. Justin says, I'll go. The chief says, you're just a child. I appreciate your concern. Gadwin cuts him off and says, you underestimate him. Justin is a man, one who has crossed the wall at the end of the world. The chief says, this child? Gadwin says, Justin, the Typhoon Tower is a horrible and dangerous place. Without the spirit's protection, we may lose our lives. We've never been allowed near there, so I ask you, do you still wish to go?
Justin says if I were afraid of danger, how could I call myself an adventurer? And besides, we made a promise, man to man, to help each other whenever the need arises. Gadwin says, you're right, we did swear that. Gadwin continues, Sir, as in the legend, 2 warriors stand before you, ready to save the village. The chief says, yes, it is now decided. In that case, allow me to bestow you the legendary hero armband. On its rightful owner, it will shine. Let the spirits guide these 2 heroes of Dighton. Venus says, Justin, are you sure you want to go? Justin says, of course. We made a promise. Look, Vina, don't I look cool? Venus says, what's all this about a promise? Someone calls you a hero and you let it go to your head. If you're that reckless about sticking your neck into danger, you're just a second, no, a third-rate adventurer. Sue says, what's your problem, Vina? Why are you so upset? It's not like you. Justin says, that's right. What's bothering you? Challenging danger is part of being an adventurer. It's okay. Everything will be fine, just as it's always been. Venus says, Justin. Gadwin says, alright, Justin. We're all agreed. Let's get going. Our destination, the Typhoon Tower, lies to the north of Dyke Village. Alright. So I'm going to end my stream here, and we will see you next time.